Welcome, everyone. We will keep this meeting brief. Thank you for those who attended on Zoom and in person. Anne is out sick tonight, so she asked me to lead the meeting, and we will just be giving some staff updates. So we will go ahead and run through the agenda, and I'll wait for David Clark Barrel to
Perfect.
join audio.
Well, and then Jason's there too, so you got everybody.
Perfect, great. All right, we will go ahead and call this meeting to order at 4:01 PM. And I will do a roll call of planning commission members. Heather Lind is absent. Howard Tritz,
Here.
Steve Stevens,
Here.
Joey Edwards,
Here.
David Clark Barrel,
Here.
and Jason Marufo.
Here.
Thank you. Do roll call of county commissioners, Commissioner Edwards,
Here.
Commissioner Fiedler, and Commissioner Mudge. Okay, we have no changes or additions to the agenda, and we'll move to approval of minutes. And the minutes from August 12th were tabled at the last meeting, but I believe we have plenty of people here tonight to approve those minutes. So if someone would like to make a motion for those minutes.
Make a motion to approve the minutes. 8/12, was it?
8/12.
Yeah, 8/12/24.
Edward seconds.
And all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Thank you. And I am still catching up post-vacation, so I have not had a chance to take the minutes from the last planning commission meeting. So I am requesting a motion to table those minutes to our sorry, just letting some people in here. Could you check the date for me?
What's it today?
What's 2 weeks from today?
2 weeks from today.
23rd.
Okay, yeah.
I'll request a motion to table the 8/26/24 minutes to the 23rd of September.
Edwards moves to table the 8/26/24 planning and zoning minutes to September 23rd.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Aye. Aye.
All right, thank you. Sorry, bear with me as I take minutes on this meeting as well. Okay, so just moving into staff updates, that's all we have tonight for those who have just joined us. First, our most exciting announcement, we would like to introduce our newest deputy director of our department, Melissa Kendrick. I know most of you know her already, but I'm just gonna give her a couple minutes to introduce herself however she wants.
Yeah, well, thank you. I've been thinking about this a little bit because, as you all know, I've been working in the development community representing property owners and developers for the last 5 years here in Lake County. And so I feel like what I'm doing is changing seats at the table. You know, it's just kind of a shift a little bit. So I won't be doing that going forward, but I am gonna be assisting Cece and Ann in getting through these development applications and working on the comprehensive plan, and it feels like a great opportunity for me to use my skills to benefit the county. So I'm excited to be here, and I'm excited to be working for y'all as we move forward. So, yeah.
Thank you.
So the applications that you've represented before, will you transfer those or will you continue working on those?
I won't be working on those from the development side.
Cool.
You know, one at a time, we're kind of sorting through those that maybe aren't appropriate for me to work on at all, those that, you know, maybe this filing isn't appropriate, but later it will be. And so it's gonna be a little bit of a mix in this transition.
Yeah, that's great, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
We're very grateful to have the extra help. Very grateful. Everyone will be, community as well. All right, moving on to just some short-term rental updates. We have 4 standard licenses available still. And we will send out renewal reminders in November. Make sure to send out a couple of those. And David Wilson, from our department and I are working on getting the current license holders up to date on the new regulations, new as of March, I should say. Just because they involve a septic inspection for those who are utilizing septic systems and a fire safety check. So, as we all know, the building season is short, the time they can get their septic systems inspected is short, and it's coming to an end. So, I'm gonna let David kind of speak to, updates with getting all of those folks, scheduling septic inspections and the work he's done there.
Thank you. So basically at the beginning of the summer, we started reaching out to property owners to remind them or better communicate kind of what the regulations and requirements were for renewing come 2025. And we got a slow trickle of inspections coming in. And so kind of the rest of the summer, we spent continuing to email out both in group messages and then directly individual messages to each property owner to remind them of what was expected. And I'm happy to say that from beginning of the summer where we had, I think, 50 plus inspections needed, we are down to 17 left that are outstanding. We also have identified 14 different properties that will need a brand new septic system. So we're slowly identifying those issues with current systems and working to get those systems replaced. I think we had 14 full system replacements and about the same number that needed just minor repairs that are getting worked on. We also had 4 property owners that are either not currently using their license anymore or not planning on renewing. So small number that are just kind of weeding themselves out of the equation.
And that's over and above the 4 licenses that we currently have available.
So we expect those will be available come time of renewal.
So with the new regulations this year, there was some leeway in septic system inspections and bringing everything up to code for 2025, or that 17 that you have left. Are there some that are still in a grace period that haven't been inspected, or have you actually addressed all of the different systems?
So those 17 are ones that had an inspection and they were found to be in a state of failure
Right.
in some capacity. There is a handful of others that have seepage pits, and those would fall into that kind of grace period through renewal for 26 and have another year or so.
And that's what I was wondering, so some of them will have some more grace period for next year.
Yeah, and for the folks that their systems are currently in a state of failure, the communication to them has been like, we have a small building season, the reality is you most likely won't be able to get your system in fully repaired come start of 2025.
Right.
So at the very least, you can have an engineer design the new system and apply for the permit. We'll give you your license for 2025 with the expectation that as soon as weather permits, you get that system replaced.
And then that's you and your department to follow up on those inspections.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, but David has sent a lot of emails out.
Busy man.
Yeah.
We just wanna make sure current license holders know what the new regulations are, and it's taken quite a bit of communication, so we're still working on it, and hopefully we can connect with most of them prior to the shock of the renewal.
Very good.
So that's a bit about short-term rental updates. And the last item we have is just some land use applications that are coming up. For this month, we expect the second meeting of the month just to be a work session or similar to this. We do not have any land use files scheduled on the agenda. October will most likely have a scenic conservation overlay site plan review. These property owners are putting in some solar panels that are within the scenic conservation overlay. They went through the site plan review process last year for the actual build. but didn't have their plans ready for their solar array,
This is
so.
the one down on 20.
It is.
Down the highway, yeah.
Yep, so they're coming back and unfortunately, we don't have that amendment process, so they'll submit a site plan review for their solar array. So we're expecting that one to be on one of the meetings in October. And then we have a conditional use permit for an accessory dwelling unit in Panarch. Melissa's gonna take that file. But their plans are to short-term rent the upstairs unit and use it for personal use, and long-term rent the downstairs accessory dwelling unit if approved for the CUP.
So 2 units. One long-term rental and one short-term rental.
Correct, and because we do not allow short-term rentals in ADUs, they would long-term rent the basement
downstairs,
ADU.
right, okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah. So that's coming in October, and let's see what else. We have another conditional use permit, that's a bit interesting, it's for Lee Rymel's hut system, up 24. He's actually trying to sell his property, but he wants to decrease the degree of use. He wants to just have the number of huts that exist. His CUP allows for more. We don't have that amendment process, so he's actually submitting a shortened application asking for a decrease in the degree of use of his CUP before he sells that property. So it's a little clunky, and that's something we'll probably look at moving forward. And a potential code amendment, or staff hasn't quite decided, but we realize that it's a bit clunky as it is. But normally applicants aren't coming in asking for a decrease in the degree of use in their CUPs, so this is a bit strange.
Is there a time limit on CUP applications? So if he wants to reduce the use through a CUP and then he immediately sells the property, is there anything to stop the new owner from coming right back and asking for increased activity on that same property? There's not really a time limit on
No,
CUP applications.
no, but that's not the intention of the new property owner, or the new potential property owner.
So the new potential property owner is already identified.
It is, yeah,
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
and is okay with the decreased degree of use, but current property owner kind of wants that set in
Alright.
stone before he transfers that property.
Nice.
So potentially 3 land use applications coming in October. And then November, I sent out an email asking to
Can-
change,
Can I ask a quick question on that?
Sure.
Couldn't they achieve that same goal just through like their own deed restriction?
Yes.
Or like,
and did suggest that.
Okay.
But they chose to submit a new CUP.
I mean,
Yep,
Mm.
she said that was the simpler route, but, yep.
okay.
So November, we are moving the planning commission meetings to the 12th and the 18th. So I did go ahead and change those dates, but if anything comes up for anyone, please let us know as soon as possible if you cannot attend either of those hearing dates. We do have two files to hear, one at each as of now. We'll hear our sign code amendment on November 12th. And we haven't decided the exact date for the Box Creek mining CUP, but that will be on one of those dates as well. So as soon as we have
12th and the 18th?
the 12th and the 18th, and I know it's
I'll have a conflict on
back
the
to
12th.
back. Okay. If you could just shoot me an email, Joey,
Yep.
that would be great. So yeah, please just let us know if either of those dates do not work for anyone, and we will adjust as necessary if we don't think we'll have a quorum. And we'll get all of these application materials out to the planning commission and board of county commissioners as soon as we have that overview, those overview sheets ready. So we'll be sending those out very soon. Other than that, are there any questions? from planning commission, board, Melissa?
That was short and sweet.
Short and sweet. So, if not, then motion to adjourn? Would someone like to make that?
Oh, you want me? Okay. Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Thank you. We will adjourn at 4:16 PM.
Before you go, I have a question for Melissa. I'll let her know. I ask her to send me an email, so I've got her email, because I found a picture of her dad, Bob Kendrick, when he was in the Burro race some years back. I think she might like to have that picture.
Thank you,
Yes.
Howard. I look forward to that.
Okay. So long, everybody.